arises that you were unprepared for. A situation such as a blizzard, a tornado, or being locked down due to a virus. Put yourself in any possible situation that could arise. Now ask yourself, what would you do? Where would you go? What do you need? Are you ready? Because what if tomorrow? Welcome to another episode of What If Tomorrow Prepares the News. I'm Philip.
I'm Mark.
Did you lose me?
I think we just lost
I
Philip.
lost you, Mark. There we go.
It's the interweb. It hates this.
You there?
I'm here.
Yeah, you there?
Hello. I'm here.
All right. Well, our intro was a little delayed. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Well, that if that's not a sign of tonight's show, I think we just step off now and just be done.
Yes. The big tech is shutting us down.
Already. We haven't said anything.
Andrea says
Yeah,
she can
man.
hear us.
All right, my wife said we can. All right. Anyway, tonight, this is already screwed up, so we're just going to keep going.
This is the fun of a live broadcast on the internet.
That's right. Man, tonight we've got a good show for you. I think tonight we've got a lot of information to share. Frank, if you guys caught the episodes with him, Frank Jacob, while he was on with us, he shared some information with us. More into that here in a little while, though. Welcome to the show. I mean, I know the intro was kind of messed up. I'm not going to promise it's going to be great tonight. My internet's kind of spotty. But I think we have a lot of information to share with you guys tonight. We make your own decisions, like Mark and I always say. Do your own research, and I'll back it up with some research that I've done. First things first, do us a favor. Check us out over at our website, whatiftomorrowmedia.com. It's got all of our affiliates there. We've got Duke Cannon. We've got My Patriot Supply. Right now, especially, you need some food insurance. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, a month from now. There's a lot going on. Shortages, you name it. We're all living it. You guys know what's going on. I don't believe we have idiots in our crowd. I believe they're pretty aware of the situation and what's going on, especially if they've stuck around and listened to us for a while. See, who else do we have? We got EMP Shield. Something else to think about with all this solar activity. They're saying now up through 2025 is last I looked. So it may be something worthwhile to look at and look into.
Yeah, and tensions with China.
Yeah, tensions with China. We covered it in the EMP episode way back. You realize it's been 2 years.
I can't believe anybody would listen to us that long.
I know it. Yeah, we just rolled over 2 years last week. I didn't even realize it. So we've been doing this for about 2 years now, and we're not any better than what it was to start with. But luckily, like you said, people are hanging out and listening to us. It's just, yeah. Chris said we're good on Facebook. All right. Yeah, do us a favor, support the show, especially right now. I think with the more and more information we drop, I think we're going to be drawing more attention to ourselves. First off, I want to kick off the news. There's a lot going on, but we got a new little ad or spot we're going to throw in real quick.
What in the wide world is going on here?
I don't know. Did it come through all right on your end?
End? I love Blazing Saddles.
I do too. I had to cut that though, so we wouldn't get hit with copyright. So,
okay.
But with everything that's going on, I know we've covered this whole CSRQ a lot here in the past several weeks. Tonight's going to be a little bit more. There's some question on whether this whole thing with Gideon is real or not. If it happens, if it's a real thing. I believe it's absolutely happened. But with this whole Gideon thing, I'm not 100% anymore. I believe what they're saying is true. Because, and I'll show you here in a minute, that I can prove this. At least this technology exists. I can prove that. I'll give you the executive order numbers. I'll give you the patent numbers, and I'll leave them in the show notes. That way you can go look for yourselves and read all this stuff. But first thing first, we want to kind of cover the news. Mark, you were talking before the show about how they're trying to rebrand the president.
Yeah, it looks like a total failure. Let me pull this up. I'm on Fox News. Multiple White House staffers and Democrats have taken to social media attempting to rebrand Biden as Dark Brandon. I can't make this stuff up. You guys need to get on Fox News and check this out. There's video with it.
With the Cox Contour Stream Player,
It's awful.
you get tons of free shows
Oh, and
across your
can you
favorite
guys hear
free
that?
streaming apps, all
Yeah, I
in
can
one
hear it.
simple device.
All right.
Just
Well, I
plug-
wasn't trying to do an ad. I was trying
No,
to read the article, and the video started playing. It's hilarious. If it wasn't, you can't make this stuff up. I literally cannot make this stuff up.
Yeah, you can't. Something I happened to run across. It's about Amazon. Everybody thinks that it's a shop here, online store and all that. It's more to that. I'm going to share this article. It's on the Blaze. Let's see.
Technology. It's confusing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't know if you read the headlines or not, but it says Amazon is expanding its surveillance capabilities. 1.7 billion iRobot deal includes interior maps for millions of homes. So now this whole iRobot automatic vacuum cleaner is going to map people's homes
And send it to Amazon
and send it to Amazon. Why do they need to know that information?
so they can sell it.
Yeah. Information is now the currency. I'm not going to read the whole article. You can go look for yourself. But Amazon, Alexa, all that stuff, if you have anything Amazon, you've already got Alexa in your home. Same thing with iPhones, and stuff like that. You have Siri and all that. They're obviously gathering information. And there's something I want to share into that. Let's see where we at here. I'm going to go ahead and play this video because it ties in, and I'll share more after this video plays. But it's from a man named Jim Rickards. He's a former CIA. He was in I want to say the Reagan administration. Been around a while. He's played the game in the Pentagon, all that. So I do want to share this real quick. If you can't hear it, let me know if you would, please. You hear it?
I cannot hear it.
Ah, damn it. Damn it. Oh, I forgot to hit. I told you what I do, didn't I?
You did. You told me you would forget to hit share audio as well.
Yeah, okay. We'll try this again. All right, let me know if you can hear it.
Where were you on March 9th, 2020? Hi, my name is. I'm a
You good?
former advisor to the
I got it,
Pentagon, the White
All right.
House, Congress, CIA, and the Department of Defense. Where were you on March 9th, 2022, when President Biden signed the death warrant on American freedom? On that day, in a hush ceremony at the White House, without the approval of Congress, the states, or the American people, Biden signed into law Executive Order 14067. Buried in his order are a few paragraphs titled Section 4. The language in Section 4 makes Order 14067 act by a sitting president in the history of our republic. Because Section 4 sets the stage for legal government surveillance of all U.S. citizens, total control over your bank accounts and purchases, and the ability to silence all dissenting voices for good. In this new war on freedom, the Dems aren't coming for your guns. No, they're thinking much bigger than that. They're coming for your money. And it's already started. Friend, this new currency will allow for total control of all American citizens, because every digital dollar will be programmed by the government. That means they will be able to turn on or turn off your money at will. Not only that, but they'll be able to track and record every purchase you make. And this isn't something years away. It's starting now. Biden's secret army has been hard at work, and U.S. trials are already well underway. In fact, our government is racing to catch up. China and Russia have already launched pilot programs for their own digital currencies. More than half the countries in the world and almost 90% of central banks are testing or exploring a digital currency right now. This includes Japan, Germany, India, France, the UK, Russia, Australia, Brazil, Canada, and China. I predict we'll see a digital dollar in circulation next year or 2024 at the latest. With Biden bucks, the government will be able to force you to comply with its agenda, because if you don't, they could turn off your money. This won't be like freezing a bank account. It will be so much easier, because Biden bucks will be digital tokens programmed at the source. They could be turned on or off at will with just a keystroke, and they could be reprogrammed at any time. With Biden's secret surveillance army running the show, the anti-freedom implications are almost limitless. For example, Biden bucks could be programmed to allow only certain kinds of purchases. Imagine what this new world could look like. You want to keep an internal combustion engine car? Your digital dollar suddenly won't pay for gas. Instead, you can be forced to buy an electric vehicle. That's just the tip of the fascist iceberg. They can force you to get vaccinated. They can force you into solar. They can force you to use less water or heat. They can force you to eat fake plant-based meat. They can control where you are allowed to travel. They can stop you purchasing certain items like guns, ammo, or survival supplies. They can control to which candidates you're allowed to donate. And they'll know every single place you spend your money, forever. America would become a surveillance state like China or North Korea. Every single aspect of your life could be controlled because they'll control your money. In fact, I fully expect them to implement a social credit rating system like in China. Say the wrong thing on social media, buy the wrong thing, subscribe to the wrong news channel, give money to the wrong candidate, and your rating drops. Suddenly your Biden bucks are frozen or disappearing from your account. This is already happening in China. There, a low social score gets you officially labeled untrustworthy. They can take away your ability to travel, restrict your internet access, deny your family the best schools or jobs. They may even take away your pets. I'm not kidding. All this is going on today. But that's China, an oppressive communist country. Could this really happen in a democracy? Just ask the truckers in Canada, because that's exactly what happened to them. Their Prime Minister Trudeau was granted special emergency powers during the peaceful trucker protest over his forced vaccination law. He then ordered all banks to freeze the accounts of the protesters and anyone who aided them in any way. And it wasn't just a threat. That fascist froze the bank accounts of non-violent protesters. He locked up over $6 million in private accounts for protesting a forced vaccination law that truckers believe violated their sovereign human rights. Think about that. They protested his policies, so he took away their money. The U.S. Federal Reserve has been quietly partnering with scientists at MIT to develop a digital currency to replace the dollar. They call this initiative Project Hamilton. Then this year, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, the clearinghouse for U.S. stocks, bonds, and other security trades, quietly launched Project Lithium. Project Lithium is testing how a digital dollar will work in the financial markets once the current dollar is dead.
Now, with that being said, I looked up the executive order. Hold on, I'm shifting some stuff around real quick. But I looked up executive order 1406. 14067. Sorry. And I'll share that real quick. I'm not going to read it because it's pretty lengthy. but it's under the guise of ensuring responsible development of digital assets. I mean, it sounds pretty benign if you out the gate, but I think I lost Mark. But anyway, it sounds pretty benign at the gate. But if you start digging into it, you see how nefarious it can be. He said Section 4 is policy and actions related to the United States Central Bank digital currencies. It's pretty disturbing if you put the puzzle together. Yeah, I lost Mark. Do you guys in the chat, are you guys hearing me? Or did I just lose Mark totally? But just as he said,
Who's that?
hey, what happened?
I don't know.
You disappeared. No, what I was saying, if you look through this, yeah, again, Executive Order 14067, Section 4 is policy and actions related to the United States Central Bank digital currencies. Okay, its sovereign money is at the core of a well-functioning financial system. Well, that's true. But if that's the case, why is he trying to collapse our economy?
Right?
But it's all for this digital currency. Now, I'm going to flip over here real quick to this patent number. It's patent number US 2021/00825838A1. This is under the guise of tracking the jab, or whatever you want to call it. Its methods and systems of prioritizing treatments, vaccination, testing, and or activities while protecting the privacy of individuals. This is the social credit system. This is the patent. And I'll share this also in the show notes. That way you can go look for yourselves. You can see receiving information about subject, analyzing information, generating score, optionally allocating a score group, vaccinating according to score/group score. And you see all this super spreader, non-super spreader, receiving it. Again, it's the whole thing. Electronic information, geographical information, governmental information, human information. I mean, it breaks it down to your groups, to all that. I mean, yeah, individual downloads application into electronic device. Optionally, individual provides an ID. Receiving scale of scores from server. Compare your score with scale of scores. Providing user notification related to treatment. Then it goes on down. When electronic devices are in proximity, exchanging individuals' full ID between electronic devices. After a period of time, analyze IDs stored in electronic device and generate score. So what this tells me, I mean, if you think it's something different, Mark, by all means, tell me. This tells me that our devices that everybody is so attached to, myself included, are going to communicate with each other. And if I have a low social credit score and Mark, you have a high credit score, and we spend any amount of time talking, it's going to knock your score down because you're hanging out with me.
Yeah, they've tried to be obnoxious about it, but I mean, you could use this for. I mean, it really reads a lot like China's system to me.
It does.
All they've got to do is change the words, and it's a social credit system.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've already got the blueprint. All they got to do is change a few things, and it's ready to go. What it looks like to me.
Yeah, and that's what it tells. That's the way I'm reading it.
I don't know if we've got. I mean, I am.
Yeah, my wife said I was a bad influence. So
We got any programmer friends who want to look at this and break it down for us?
I do
Yes.
not.
I would totally love to hear what somebody who was smarter than me thought of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this isn't my my cup of tea here. I mean, but yeah, go do your own research. Like I said, I'll leave the executive order number and I'll leave the patent number in the show notes. I'll share it on. I've already shared the patent on our Facebook group.
And all of a sudden, the
So-
link went dead.
Did it
Yeah, the link went dead.
really?
I couldn't look at it this morning.
I'll go check it out while I'm here. I got to now.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just have a low social score. I've been hanging out with, radicals.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see if I can find it now.
We post a lot of crap.
We do. Oh, that was Fred Scotty shared that. I want to check that out. I need to watch that video. It's on Hulu though, unfortunately.
Oh, well.
When did I share it?
I thought just recently. Did they take it
Yeah, I
down?
thought I shared it over the weekend. Oh,
They
here
may
it
have
is.
taken it. There we go.
Yeah, it says you can't reach it.
Yeah, they killed the link.
That's the link
You've
I'm
been
on.
shadow banned.
So it's got to be a Facebook thing.
Yep.
What's funny though is when I schedule a live, I can't click on the link when it pops up my notification.
That's funky.
Yeah,
They hate us.
apparently.
Zuckerberg hates us.
Yeah, I don't care. But now, let me get my bearing here. There's other information, and it's all along the same lines. I'm going to throw this one up real quick, let you guys watch this.
This was a long-awaited report. They said initially they would put it out in September, but don't worry, you don't need to press the button to buy or sell your Caroline coin right now because the Fed is taking no position on what should happen. This isn't a report that merely outlines the pros and cons. The Fed on the digital dollar looks at the benefits and risks, but takes no position on whether a CB, central bank digital currency, CBDC, should be issued. They are requesting public comment for the next 120 days, and they offer 20 different questions in the report that they would like people to comment on. The quote of the report, the meat of it, is that the Federal Reserve's initial analysis suggests a potential U.S. CBDC, if one were created, would best serve the needs of the United States by being privacy protected, intermediated, widely transferable, and identity verified. Now, what does that mean? Well, that goes into the pros and cons list. On the pros side, for a digital dollar, there would be a currency people could use that would be free from credit and liquidity risk. It would be streamlined, and it would also make cross-border payments cheaper. It would preserve, they say, the U.S. dollar dominance, its role as the reserve currency, and promote financial inclusion because there are still a lot of people who don't have bank accounts who could be included in the digital dollar.
Yeah.
On the risk side, it would fundamentally change the U.S. financial system, and this is the big one. It gets to the intermediation. If banks aren't taking in deposits, who's going to make loans? That's a real question. And it also means that the Federal Reserve would be in charge of your banking accounts, even if they are intermediated, if a bank is between you and the Fed. And that would have to be redesigning the financial system.
Yeah.
It could reduce credit availability, raise costs. It could make bank runs more likely, would change the management of monetary policy. They'd say they'd have to have a much bigger balance sheet. They'd raise significant privacy issues. You could have to design it so that you don't have financial crimes like money laundering.
Okay.
And then cyber and disaster threats.
cyber into that. Okay, this sounds like a scintillating report. I'm going to get to it after we get off the air. I am curious, though, did they address the issue of, I guess, authority? I mean, we know they technically kind of have the authority to do this, but you would think that if you go about creating a completely new form of payment, what is effectively a federal form of payment here, that you would want some sort of sign-off by Congress, by lawmakers, the folks who sort of have to make this stuff.
Yeah, well, the Fed is specifically not taking a position at the moment. They're not saying we should do this. If they did, it's an open question of how you would move forward. Obviously, Congress would have to pass a lot of legislation to make this possible. Would it go straight to Congress? Would the other bank regulatory agencies be involved? Would it go through the White House? A lot of questions still left open, and the Fed is making it clear that this is a process that is only just beginning.
Yeah.
By the way, that 120 days is over because I checked.
Yeah.
That was making a comment.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the EO has already created it.
Yeah.
So, what now?
He's trying to be a king.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they worry, and I'm not. I don't want to get partisan because I'm done with the partisan stuff. Because it's meant. Yeah, it's meant to keep us divided, so we're not paying attention. So I'm done with the partisan stuff. But the current administration, they're doing everything that the Democrats claim Trump was trying to do. If you look on it, I mean,
Project much.
Right. You know, now they're doing everything. I mean, everything and more.
Oh yeah, and they're not really doing much to keep it secret.
No. But we have to resist it. I'm going to show, I know I'm showing a lot of videos early on, but I want to drive this point home. So I'm going to share this one. Then I think we got a couple more later on in the show to kind of, one is to lighten things up, because I know this is deep, but with this information out, just know that whether or not the thing with Gideon was true or not, there's too many instances. I've got the executive order, I've got the patent, and we know that they're wanting to create the central banking, the CBDC or whatever it is, you know, the digital US dollar. That's what they're pushing for. And the first video was right, because if they make that totally digital, do away with cash money. I mean, and I'm not talking spiritual ramifications. You know, I mean, if we can get in the Book of Revelation, if you want to get in the Book of Revelation, you know, one world currency, all that stuff. But they can control whether you buy or sell. I mean, plain as day. I mean, really, now they have the capability. I mean, because everybody uses debit cards more than they do cash.
I do.
I do too. Just of sheer convenience. Yeah, I stopped at, last night, or was it last night? I don't remember. I stopped somewhere. Maybe it was the other morning. I stopped somewhere and I gave the girl a 20. And it was like $1, or no, it was like $6 and like 73 cents change, or no, 78 cents change. And she needed a calculator to figure it out, how much change to give me. I mean, she had the cash register right there. Didn't even have to run the cash register to punch in a cash transaction. She broke out her phone, pulled up her calculator on her phone, and did the math on her phone to figure out how much change she needed to give me out of a 20.
That's not a new thing, though. I used to teach car hops at Sonic how to count change, and
Right.
for 30 years, we've had a bunch of people who can't do that. But yeah, I get your point. She's hardly seen cash yet. Everybody swipes it.
Right. I mean, it's easy to take a card, man. It's convenient. I mean, in all honesty, it's very convenient.
For both the buyer and the seller.
Yeah. I mean, just get it done, get out. You don't have to carry around all this stuff. But the more I think about it, the more I want to start using cash. but it's hard to do that. If that makes sense.
It does, because I cannot hold on to cash.
Right.
I can budget myself on a card, but if you give me cash, it's like poof. It's
Yeah,
gone.
but you think it would be the opposite.
Yeah, you think. But
I mean, you
I'm a
you
bad
and I
man.
grew up. We grew up using cash for everything. Everything we did. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when I first got a debit card. I was like, cool, I can just go swipe. And now it's just, okay, here, take my card. You don't think about it.
Yeah, tap the card on the deal and go.
Right. But yeah, I want to play this other video real quick. I hit share system audio this go around.
Yay!
I'm getting it figured
UK
out.
is currently the head of the G7 group. That's the world's most economically advanced countries. And the UK currently chairs the G7 group. Our Chancellor, who does our economy, called Chancellor of the Exchequer, his name's Rishi Sunak. He put out this video saying that what they want to do is bring in this thing called the central banking digital currency. They want to replace fiat paper money with digital money as a competitor to Bitcoin and crypto money, right? But instead of being decentralized currency, it will be controlled by a government. It's digital currency, but controlled centrally through the banks, Bank of England. So instead of having a bank account with whatever, HSBC or Bank of America, you'll have a bank account directly with, in the American context, with the Fed. In the UK, directly with the Bank of England. You have a personal bank account, and you're given digital money in that bank account. These are called central banking digital currencies. The Chancellor of the Exchequer in the UK has already announced their intention to do this as the G7 group. And these, if you look up,
This sounds terrifying.
if
by
you
the
look
way.
up the Telegraph newspaper,
Central bank digital currency, is that the one down below?
digital currency should be programmable. See that one there? Yeah. Now what
Yeah.
they're doing is they're saying, everyone knows that with inflation at over 5%, it's now 5.4%, right? Our fiat money, the paper money, is increasingly becoming worthless, and we're headed towards a big disaster. The Fed wants to raise interest rates. But we're in so much debt that if you raise interest rates, people are going to suffer because we're living on debt as Western economies. So they realize that this kind of the lifespan of paper money is fast coming to an end because of the 2008 economic crash in particular. So they're bringing in these central banking digital currencies. Why is that word programmable in there? So what they said in that article, and the Chancellor put a video out saying this as well, they've said that this money that you will earn from work, instead of having paper money, you have this digital money. It's programmable so that you can't buy certain foods, or if you do something that your employer doesn't like, it's all in that article. You won't be able to spend your money. In other words, it's not money. They're vouchers. They're like food vouchers. And they can be programmed so that, like the Chinese social credit system, that if you try and use them on a certain thing, it won't work. You say you want to buy a burger and they want you to buy bugs, which is one of the examples used. If you start to try and buy unhealthy meat, it just won't work. You tap your card, you can't buy the thing because you've met your quota that month of burgers. You have to buy something like a vegan meal.
So it won't just be money in the sense of the way we have dollars or pounds today.
Yeah.
It'll be something that's controlled in terms of your ability to distribute it.
Which is why I'm calling it a voucher. It's a coupon.
But even a coupon, if you have a coupon to buy bread,
Yeah.
you can still buy the bread.
Yeah.
Like there's
But
no
you can't buy, see that coupon to buy bread, what you can't do is buy a burger with that coupon. It's for bread.
Right.
Yeah?
Right. Do you feel like you're sounding the alarm
Yes.
for people that don't understand what was going on?
So here, I'll pull it up for you here, yeah? So there's the video.
The group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote.
Right, so that's the guy who runs our economy in the UK. His name's the Chancellor of the Exchequer. And here is the article. Bank of England tells ministers to intervene on digital currency program. Yeah? And here's a quote from the article. Cash programmed to ensure it is only spent on essentials or goods which an employer or government deems to be sensible.
Holy shit.
I'm going to take it one step further for you, Joe, right?
It's kind of disturbing.
That is very disturbing. And it's out there for anybody to look up.
Absolutely,
I would
it
like
is.
everybody to look it up, Tell us if we're reading this wrong. Because
Yeah.
if we're reading this right, it's game over if we let this go through.
Yeah, it is. Chris said she agrees. It's very disturbing. And I'm not showing you this stuff to try to scare you or not trying to give you some fear porn, nothing like that. I want you to realize that this is in the plans. That's why I looked up the executive order. That's why I looked up the patent numbers and all that. I want you to be able to do your own research on it and open your own mind, especially if you're on the fence. You guys know where I stand on this. I believe it's a real thing, and I believe it's happening. They're trying to expedite it, but the thing is, people are standing up to it all around the world. And here in a little while, another video. Me, it's really impressive.
I think we are losing Phil.
Yeah, am I still there?
Or me. One of us is getting lost.
Yeah. I walk around lost most days, but
But you see me walking around.
I feel like it sometimes.
I do too, but I don't think they hurt as bad as I do.
Probably not. They just want to eat.
Well, it seems like if they go to Washington, they'll starve.
This is true. So, okay, we've thoroughly. I feel that we went down this road. Okay, we know with relative certainty, I should say, that there's an economic collapse coming. They're doing everything they can to make it collapse. Regardless of what they're telling you, look at their actions. This whole inflation bill, that just passed the Senate and the House.
It's just going to cause more inflation.
It's going to cause more inflation. They're going to print money to save money. And that's stupid.
Oh, I'm just going to make mark dollars.
Yeah, I mean, we just as well. That's about how. It'd be worth probably more.
It'll be worth about the same.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense to me, other than they are trying to expedite the collapse.
Yeah,
they have to. I mean, again, not to get partisan, but they know in November they're probably going to lose their support. But
so they have to put everything in place ahead of time.
Right. So stay on your toes for one. Pay attention to the world. Pay attention to what's going on. Don't take anything at face value. Don't even take our stuff at face value. Like I said, I mean,
guys from Kansas.
Yeah, just a couple guys. Normal. Well, average guys. I'll say that, not normal, but average.
I say that's stretching it a lot there, Phil.
I know. I had to backtrack. But I want you guys to seriously pay attention to what's going on in the world. That's why Mark and I do these shows. But I don't want you left wondering, what do I do? We want to offer solutions. And the best solution that I can think of right now to try to head this off and try to make it a movement. I don't know how. I sincerely don't. But try to use cash as much as you can. That's a big one. Talk to your local leaders, your local elected officials, whether it be your city leaders, your county leaders, because it's got to start here. They're done a while.
I think we lost Phil again. Or me.
on.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm back? Okay. And we lost him again. Well, while we're waiting on Phil to come back, yeah, call
You there?
your. Yeah, I'm here. And he's gone again. Call your local senators, your state representatives. Talk to them about this. Talk to your national representatives. Send them emails. Let them know that you're aware of what's going on and that you are against it. And while you're at it, while we're talking about contacting our government officials, you might as well tell them that you support a convention of the states. So you can kill two birds with one phone call.
Yep. Call them, email them.
Write them.
Yeah,
And Chris said it. Get out and vote.
absolutely. Oh, I think we hit the button at the same time.
I think we did.
My wife said the joys of living out here. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Get out and vote. I mean, I'm not convinced anymore that voting even works. But that's my cynical side coming out.
Both sides kind of suck lately.
They do.
But that's why it's important to contact your local representatives, your state people, because you have a lot more power within
Right.
your state than you do the national politics. A group of people can really move state policy if they really try, and it's actually fairly simple if you've got the wherewithal and just the moxie to do it.
Right.
It can be done.
Yep. It can, but take the information. You know, that's why I'm going to leave these links. Take the information. Print this stuff off if you have to. Chris said that's true after the 2020 election. So,
Amazing how in 45 minutes the election just switched.
yeah. But take information with you. Show them the information. And see if you can get them to commit. See if they support this. If they support it, get them out.
Yeah.
Whether you need to push a recall. I mean, a lot of people are waiting for somebody to do something, and that's the problem. Everybody's waiting. That's the problem.
Yeah. It is. I mean, there's no
Be
no
that someone.
leadership in this.
Right. Be that someone. Stand up. You're going to get knocked around. You're going to get yelled at, cussed at, whatever. Be the leadership that you need to have to get this movement going. Because I personally, I fear that we're short on time before all this crap
It's
comes
not going
down.
to be too long. They're getting all the pieces in place.
You know, I mean, hopefully, I mean, I see tons of people waking up. I do. And I'm hoping that more and more people keep waking up. The more and more crap that happens, and because people are getting engaged.
Yeah.
You know,
There
stay
was a
away from your
number-
Facebook.
Yeah, there was a number floating around about how many people it would take to turn this. I can't remember what it is, though.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, stay engaged. That's the biggest thing I could say. Get engaged. Again, call your local officials. Write them, email them. Being local, up at their doorstep.
Yeah.
One side's not afraid to do that.
No. They're quite
You know,
nasty.
hey, listen. Call them. Make an appointment to meet face to face. I mean, there's no reason not to be civil about it, especially if you're trying to make a case. But know your facts going in. Have proof that this stuff exists. You know, like I said, I'm done with the whole left-right paradigm. I'm done with it. because it's two wings of the same bird.
Yep.
I'm done with federal crap. I will still vote. Don't get me wrong. I will still vote. But you can't rely on the federal government for anything. You need to rely on yourself, your local community. Mark and I push the community a lot. Like-minded individuals. Find people that think like you do. Get together. Talk about things. Not necessarily politics, not necessarily religion. Hold the old argument,
Yeah.
Because you need to talk about the way you look at things, the way you live, what you can bring to the table, what they can bring to the table. Because that's what's going to get through. I know around here, mostly everybody's pretty conservative. And most of everybody just wants to be left alone.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
And I'm okay. That's what I want. Leave me the hell alone. Let me live my life. Let me raise my children how I see fit. I'm not breaking any laws.
No.
Which that's a whole nother show, because I think a lot of these stupid ass laws are just revenue, just to bring in revenue to the state. I think it's crap.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother show. So just think about what you can do. What happens if the economy collapses? I mean, obviously the dollar's not going to be worth anything. Barter goods. What kind of barter goods do you have? What kind of barter goods do you think you need to stock up on now? Because regardless of which way this goes, if it comes down to the CSQR stuff, or if it comes down to where we're more free, which I prefer.
Exactly. And we can do it.
We can. Because think about this, y'all. What type of... I'm going to get a little woo here. You see more movies. What does the future look like in those movies?
Pretty dark.
They're dark. Total anarchy. Everything's collapsed. Buildings run down. Think about it. You're being conditioned. You're being conditioned. And Frank alluded to this. And it didn't really set in until the other day when I got to thinking about it. I've said many times, I think on here, I know I've said it a lot, maybe not on here, but you are what you consume. Whether it be the food, whether it be what you watch or listen to, you become that. You are the sum of the 5 closest people around you. If you think I'm wrong, that's fine. But this is what I believe.
I think you're absolutely right, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you spend your time consuming the Book of Eli, which I love that movie. I do. I love that movie. Or playing Fallout, which I love the game Fallout. But it shows a future that is ran down, nuclear war, negative. People are struggling to survive. I want a future to where people are thriving, using technology to their advantage, not to take advantage of people. Using technology to gather more knowledge, to expand their knowledge, whether it be just knowledge for knowledge's sake, or spiritual knowledge, or something like that.
Yeah, where
it's
are
up
those
to us
movies?
which way we go. Yeah, where are they? You don't see them. You always see the bad guy trying to take advantage of whatever technology there is, or some despotic ruler trying to run a world. And if you look outside right now at the world, that's what we're living right now.
That's the news, man.
Yeah, we're being conditioned. You know, The Road. Have you ever watched The Road?
I have not.
It's a good movie, but it's the same thing. There's been something happen, you know, a disease or a famine or whatever. It's still what you see a post-apocalyptic America or a post-apocalyptic world. So I think if we push a movement for people to visualize and believe that the future can be what it is, the future can be a positive place, a place where people thrive, I think we can make the change.
Or people help each other.
Or people help each other. Reach out to your neighbors. I mean, I'm just as guilty. I'm not preaching to the I'm preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to myself.
Yeah. We could have a future like Leave It to Beaver. I mean,
if we push it there, you know, but we have to do it. Because that's not what the, you know, for lack of a better term, you know, the cabal wants. They want people depressed and down.
Easier to control.
Easier to control. You know, they cause this economy to collapse. You know, people are going to be looking for a savior and they're going to move in. Whether it be the federal government. You know, but I've seen something like, you know, after a collapse, the IRS will it's like a year after the collapse, they'll be expecting to start, you know, collecting taxes again. I can guarantee that the government has a continuation of government plans.
Oh yeah.
Guarantee it.
They'll come to your house and take your stuff.
Right. Guarantee it. Oh, you got 100 chickens. Well, 50% is mine. Okay.
Yep. I mean, it's serfdom. It is. It's like they're trying to bring back the whole serfdom and the lords and the peons and.
Yep.
And granted, that's what the world has been like through most of its history, but I had hoped that we had grown beyond that. But once again, the powers that be are pushing it that way because they have power and they want to exercise that power with impunity.
Yep.
And, you know, this American experiment was about denying them that ability. The whole Constitution is about denying them that ability. And so they try to subvert it at every opportunity.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
There's kids, I've talked to kids when I worked at the high school, they didn't even know what the Constitution said. I had one kid quoting me out of the Communist Manifesto thinking it was the U.S. Constitution.
Right.
I mean, they've taken over the education, that they want to take over the world. They want to take over everybody's minds.
And the sad part is we're letting them.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. I'm guilty of it. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination. What's that?
I got my head so far at my phone I can look out of its camera.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm not innocent. I'm not gonna any stretch of the imagination. I'm not gonna tell you I'm innocent, and I'm exempt from that because I'm not.
You know, honestly, Phil, there have been times where I wondered if a CME might not be the best thing could happen.
I don't disagree, man. Start over from scratch. I don't disagree at all. It would be rough. I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah, we're talking 50% of the population. Wow, and that's what these guys want. 50% of the population just gone within 10 years. So I mean that would make them happy.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you could get rid of all that technology, even temporarily, maybe give you a chance to grab everything back.
Yeah. I mean, I just lost my train of thought, but yeah, pretty much. It's I don't know. It is up to us.
We've got to do it.
Absolutely 100% up to us. There's so many more of us than there are them. any way you look at it.
They've got
We
the
are
money.
Right. And my wife's absolutely right. She says that's why I would like to homeschool my kids, but society makes it to where families can't afford to. Absolutely.
That's serfdom.
Absolutely right. Because that gives the school districts and the Department of Education control over your kids. And then you have to try to break through and unteach what's been taught.
Deprogram them.
Yeah. I mean, that's when you have to set the example at home and say, no, it's not how it is. You have to have that conversation with your kids. I've had it many times with my kids, my two older sons. You know, I mean, it's up to us. Like I said, I mean, that's the ultimate answer. It's up to us. Whether, like I said, there's more of us than there are them. Whether 1 million people need to march on Washington, 100,000 march on your state capital, and try to get this changed. Don't be stupid, because then you're going to look at another January 6th thing where they're trying to turn it over and try to make it seem like an insurrection, which it was nowhere near that. I don't care what kind of theater they show every Thursday night or whenever it comes on talking about these trials and crap. I don't watch it. I haven't watched it. Because it's fake. Everything about our lives that we see on TV, the news, Facebook, TikTok, all social media is fake. Absolutely fake.
Yeah, if they see any truth, they shut it down. It's like
Right.
that link you posted.
Right. So I must have hit a nerve if they shut it down.
Yeah.
You know, my wife said they planned all the January 6th crap. They absolutely did. I 100%
Oh yeah,
believe
I
that.
buy it. I buy it at 100%, 110%.
You know, when President Trump offered the National Guard and Pelosi said, no, we don't want them. Fair enough.
You already had a plan.
Yep, they did. And there's video of the people being let in. Hey, come over here. You can't find that anymore.
No, they took it down. Anytime anybody posts it, they're shadow banned and their video is removed. And
Yep. You know, so tell me. I mean, if you all think I'm wrong, tell me. I want to know. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I'll be
I
the
hope
first
you're
to
wrong.
admit it. I do too. but the way
Prove
I
it to
view
me.
these, you know, sure, I spend some time on Facebook. I spend time on TikTok. You know, I mean, I do. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying I totally do not use this stuff. I mean, I put us up on TikTok here a few weeks ago. I haven't done much here with it, but you know, I've gotten on Twitter with you know, as our account. You know, haven't really done much with it, but I have. But man, especially if you watch TikTok, there's so much fake bullcrap on there. Don't get me wrong, some of it's funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
it's owned by the state of China.
Right, it is. So they're collecting your information.
By all means, amuse yourself, but don't think you're getting a lot of facts.
Right. Yeah, my wife said it's kind of like we already live in a communist surveillance state. We do. Absolutely we do. I mean,
You know,
I think I seen a thing today where Apple came out and said if you cover the camera on your computer, it lowers the life of it. How? That's what I want to know. Unless that camera is trying to focus and is burning your battery up.
maybe so.
I mean, you know, you've all heard it said, and I think it's been proven that there's cameras and stuff in TVs and things
Yeah.
like that. I mean, we live in a surveillance state. That's why Edward Snowden is in so much trouble, because he spilled the beans.
don't get me wrong, he did break a number of laws, but he put the truth out there. A lot of it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think what he did was heroic. I really do.
Yeah.
He said,
I
"This
mean,
isn't right." And
he knew that was going to happen when he did it.
yeah,
So
he did.
I mean, he's got big brass ones that clank. Really, when
Absolutely, he does. I just, I mean, again, it comes down to us. We need to determine the path that we want to take. Get ready. Like we've said a million times on here. I don't know how many shows we've had, but we probably said it a million times. But sorry.
air is lumpy.
Yeah, it is. Look at silver and gold. I know there's talks of, again, making it illegal to have. So figure out something to do with it. Learn how to barter. Barterable items, like I was saying earlier. I mean, chicken eggs, quail eggs. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna share a picture my wife took. Our chickens and our quail are starting to lay. Again, it's barter. It's barter items, especially people are looking for a good protein source.
Oh yeah.
Do you think they're going to let us keep it? I don't think so.
No. They're going to be making you eat bug burgers.
And they're talking about it. Look at the press for people, the famous people, eating bugs and all that. The hell they are. They are not.
The fake egg commercials.
Right. I mean, you see it everywhere now. The fake, the vegetarian burgers and all that crap. I've seen where
healthy.
McDonald's actually,
It's not healthy.
No, it's not. No matter what they say.
Have you ever met a vegan who's been a vegan for a long time? They look like they're 40 years older than they actually are.
Yeah. And they got to tell you about it too.
Oh yeah.
I'm vegan.
I'm so healthy. I've got the body of an 80-year-old, but I'm so healthy.
Right. I'm frail, and if I stub my toe, I break my elbow. Shit like that. I'm going to share this real quick. I'm going to throw this up.
I need to get something that says marked safe from starvation.
Yeah, here's a. We'll try to do this on a different screen. That's a chicken egg, and it's kind of smaller because they just started laying. That's a quail. That's a normal size quail egg. And that was like a teeny tiny quail egg. That was one of the first eggs we got, from this hen. I think my wife said we got 6 tonight. I think we got 6 quail eggs. I don't remember how many chicken eggs she said we got. I think 4 or 5, something like that. So they're starting to pick up laying.
Man. That's breakfast, man.
So yeah, get something. Quail. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about it. We even had Brandon on from Whiskey Tango Farms. They're quiet. I've only heard the male, crow or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a weird sound. I've only heard him a few times. I'll hear him like once or twice in the morning, and that's it. So if you live in town, it's a feasible option to get quail. And ours will be 8 weeks tomorrow. I'll probably give it another month and then try to hatch some more. See what we get out of it. And then this group, not this group, but this is my breeding group. And then the next group we hatch out, I think I'm going to raise up and butcher. We got them for a reason. Before people say, oh, that's cruel and this and that. That's the facts of life.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Besides that, I don't know how many of you people have ever been around quail.
Right.
They're even dumber than chickens.
They are stupid.
I did not think it was a. I once went. I once went quail hunting and got my daily limit of quail without firing a shot because they flew up into the side of the barn and killed themselves. That's how smart they are.
I believe it.
I
Because
have
these
knocked
guys,
them out of the air with my hand and with my shotgun without firing a shot.
these
What?
guys, I mean, these birds, they are dumb. You know, my wife said we got 5 quail eggs and 4 chicken eggs, but I broke the 1 quail egg with my hawk hands. Yeah, it was a big quail egg. It was like a small chicken egg. I bet that hen, I bet she can't walk right now. 'Cause
Oh
it was
my
big,
gosh.
dude. It was big. My wife showed it to me. And but it's a viable option.
They're delicious.
They're quick to mature. You know, we've been getting a few eggs for probably a week and a half. You know, so between 6 and 7 weeks, some of them started laying. Like I said, tomorrow they'll be 8 weeks, and that's when they're supposed to be fully mature. So like I said, I'll give it another month. But it's a viable option. Not only that, but it's a barter item.
How do they taste, Phil?
We haven't tried them yet. We're going to try them, though.
Boil them up and make some tuna
Yeah.
salad.
Yeah, that'd be all right. I think I'm going to pickle a bunch. When we get a whole bunch, I'm going to make some pickled eggs.
Oh, bring me some. I won't have any friends at work.
I'll bring you a jar.
The evil will consume us. Or the stench.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna pickle some. Chris. No.
Apparently, I won't have a wife either.
Or she'll just lock you in your room.
I mean, that could happen.
My wife said, "Sorry, Chris."
See, there's still joy in the world.
But yeah, barterable. Exactly. You gotta make light of everything. If not, you'll be miserable.
And guns and ammunition.
Yep. Yeah, Chris said he'll come stay with you.
I'll probably be out in the pen with the rabbits.
Well, we can put you in the shop.
Aw.
or you know, it's hot. We can like just leave in the cellar with the dogs.
I saw a camper for sale the other day. I could just go live at work.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's always good to have, you know, weapons and ammunition. Know how to use them. Train with them. Know how to use them. I know ammo is pretty expensive right now. Get a 22.
Airsoft.
I mean, yeah, it's more expensive. Airsoft.
A
Absolutely.
lot of these airsoft, the controls are identical. The weight is identical. If you shop right, you can have the exact same weapon in an airsoft. You can train in your garage and not bother anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife. She posted farts are funny even at the end of the world.
Right?
All right. But get ready. Have food storage on hand. I mean, it would be great if you went to My Patriot Supply and used our affiliate link, but you do for you.
There's all kinds of stuff available on
Absolutely, there is.
Amazon and eBay. And you can buy direct from some of these manufacturers. I'll give these guys a free plug. There's Augustin Farms and a whole slew of places that make food like this. Mountain House. Doesn't matter what you get. And if you shop right in the grocery store, you can find similar items just on your grocery shelves. There's all kinds of noodle products and stuff that you just add water to and heat. And they're already flavored.
Yep.
It's not complicated.
I mean, there's options. there's options for every budget. I mean, I know times are getting tight. Times are, I know that. I understand that. So do what you can do for you and yours. I fully intend on having more for other people. Just because that's what I feel I need to do. Because again, you're not going to get through it without a community. And if you need to share a little bit of food to get some help, something like that. My wife they have a 3-day survival bucket at our local Walmart. It's an option. Definitely an option.
Oh, I think Walmart.com you can buy the big buckets too.
You probably can. You can find it anywhere. I mean, I know in the camping section, Walmart carries Mountain House food stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All that. But it don't have to be freeze dried. It can be cans. I mean, you do for you. You know what you're going to eat. Don't buy it if you're not going to eat it.
Check out the commercial aisle at Walmart.
Yep. My wife says Sam's Clubs. Yep. We've hit there quite a bit. Figure out what you're going to eat. And if you're not going to eat it, don't buy it. And like I've said many times, the rule of thumb for me is, if you're going to go buy macaroni and cheese for dinner, buy an extra box or whatever and store it. Go in it with that mindset. I also like to say, one is none, two is one. Always have a backup, whether it be guns or tools or knives or whatever.
I got knives covered.
Know how to use your tools. Yeah, I do too. I don't feel like I have enough, but I like knives. So,
I've got like a whole tub. That's just the ones I carry around.
But anyway, I want to leave with this. I've got a couple more videos. Something else they're pushing that I want to share real quick. Have you looked? Did you watch that video of the line?
Yes, I found it interesting.
This is something they're wanting to do. Now, this is all in the name of sustainability. Keep that in mind. That's a buzzword. When you hear sustainability, run. Or if you hear equitable, run.
It looks like a great idea until you're thinking about how close everybody's going to be packed together and the crime and
right.
Failures or services. It's going to be a nightmare.
Yep, absolutely it is. So anyway, I'm gonna play this. This is something that they're pushing right now.
For too long, humanity has existed within dysfunctional and polluted cities that ignore nature. Now, a revolution in civilization is taking place. Imagine a traditional city and consolidating its footprint, designing to protect and enhance nature. The line will be home to 9 million residents and will be built with a footprint of just 34 square kilometers. And we are designing it to provide a healthier, more sustainable quality of life. The line's communities are organized in 3 dimensions. Residents have access to all their daily needs within 5-minute walk neighborhoods. And the line's infrastructure makes it possible to travel end to end in 20 minutes with no need for cars, resulting in 0 carbon emissions. By leveraging AI technology, services are autonomous, saving you time and effort. Designed by world-leading architects, the line is 500 meters tall, 200 meters wide, 170 kilometers long, and housed within an elegant mirror glass facade. Intelligent solutions create efficiency and year-round temperate microclimate with natural ventilation. Energy and water supplies are 100% renewable. The line is designed as a series of unique communities, offering a wealth of amenities, providing equitable views and immediate access to the surrounding nature. With 40% of the world accessible within 6 hours, at the heart of the globe's key trade routes, a place for commerce and communities to thrive like nothing on Earth seen before. The Line, the city that delivers new wonders for the world.
Yeah, that's a nightmare, and that's nightmare fuel. All it would
It
take
is.
was one crazy guy in the maintenance department to basically doom 9 million people to die in a day.
Yeah.
Just one crazy.
Yeah. My wife said that's creepy. It absolutely is.
You'd be living on top of people.
Yeah. Now, I mean, obviously, there's going to be a class system.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the dregs are going to be down at the bottom catching all the crap, literally.
Well, the
Controlled by
Richies sit
AI.
on top, and yeah.
It's no,
Trust
not
me.
for me. I mean, not only that, but you see the mirrors on the side of it. You know, it's all one giant mirror. What's it going to do to the environment around it?
Yeah,
Especially
it'll
if it's
kill
in the
plants
desert.
on both sides in the sun. Yeah,
Yeah.
there won't be anything growing there.
No,
It'll be an ecological nightmare, of course.
absolutely it will. It's nuts. Definitely not something I would want to do. You know, 9 million people in that little box.
No,
I mean, I
It's a
don't care if
prison.
it's taller than the Empire State Building or not, but
it's a prison.
it's still, yeah, it is. I was going to say, I mean, because I want to see what the ends are like, because if you watch it draw out, one end goes out into the water. You're telling me that they're not going to let you out?
Yeah.
Guarantee it'll be controlled.
Oh, yeah. Controlled exit and entry.
Guarantee it.
And like I said, all it will take is one crazy guy to kill everybody.
Yeah.
That system will be so complicated, it will take the tiniest thing to crash the whole thing.
Yep. It will. It I don't know. It reminds me of that movie. I can't remember who was in it. It's called Elysium or whatever, where the elites are living in the space station above the Earth.
Oh, yeah, that I remember that.
And it reminds me of that. Or at least the start of it.
Yeah. Talk about,
Uh-oh.
what? What?
I thought I lost you for a second. I didn't know if I was going out or you went out.
Well, I've been out of my mind for years, so
No, I wasn't talking about that.
okay. We're good then. Yeah, it's just nightmare fuel. I mean, talk
Yeah, I
about
wouldn't-
something that looks like something right out of Fallout.
Yeah. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I don't like that many people, honestly.
Yeah, I get you.
But that's part of the plan. They're going to try to push people into bigger cities so they're easier to control.
Yep.
That's part of the
But
plan.
what happens when you piss another country off? It will take nothing to wipe out a whole city.
Right.
15 minutes and 9 million casualties. You won't even have to resort to nuclear weapons. Just a bombardment with standard cannons, and
Yeah.
it all comes down.
Yeah, my wife. I think we just talked about it. Was it Elysium, something like that? What's the movie where the people thought they were living on a space station, but they weren't? Oh, births were controlled. I can't remember the name of that one. I know what you're talking about, though.
There's been actually
Um,
several movies like that. There were several series too.
Yeah, this was like a mini series, I think.
Oh, was it that one on Sci-Fi Channel where they
Yeah.
thought they were on a spaceship? Ascension.
Yes, Ascension.
It was actually a really good show.
Yeah, my wife agrees. Yes, that was a good show. Now, I mean, I wanted to throw that out there just to kind of give you some food for thought. If you're listening, I hope you're hearing the audio just fine. But there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot that goes in, and like I said in the show notes, I'll throw the executive order and the U.S. patent for all of this. That way you can look and do your own research. Now I want to share a video. It's going to be the last one, I promise. This actually gives me hope.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This is a good one. This one gives me hope, and this is from down in Australia. It's only like a minute and a half long, so I'm going to go ahead and play it.
Klaus Schwab's life by subscription, quote, is really serfdom. It's slavery. Billionaire globalist corporations will own everything: homes, factories, farms, cars, furniture. and everyday citizens will rent what they need, if their social credit score allows. The plan of the Great Reset is that you will die with nothing. To pull off this evil plan, Klaus Schwab's World Economic Forum will need to take more than just material possessions from Australians. Senators in this very chamber today who support the Great Reset threaten our privacy, freedom and dignity. Yes, they're in this Senate chamber. One Nation vehemently opposes the Great Reset, the Digital Identity Bill, theft of agricultural land use, forcing farmers off their land, and all of the Great Reset. One Nation has a comprehensive plan to bring our beautiful country back to sustainable prosperity. And in the months ahead, we will be rolling that plan out. Instead of Lib Lab pushing Klaus Schwab's Great Reset with the tagline, "You will own nothing and be happy," One Nation advocates the Great Resist. We stand for a world where individuals and communities have primacy over predatory globalist billionaires and their quisling bureaucrats, politicians and mouthpiece media. One Nation accepts the challenge to provide a better future for everyday Australians.
I like that guy.
I do too. I thought
Can we
about
have
maybe
him?
trying to email him. Do what?
Can we have him in America? I mean,
I wish. That's it. I mean, if there's anybody saying that in our government, you're not hearing
in
it.
silence. Yeah.
Whether that's by design or they just don't have the balls to do it. I mean, it's one or the other.
Could be both.
It could be.
I mean, what is this whole thing with the black book from Whatchadiddle?
Maxwell?
I think it's blackmail. I think it's blackmail material to keep people quiet.
Absolutely, it is.
You know, guess what? We tricked you into doing this, and now we've got you on video, and you're going to do what we say, or we're going to blow the whistle on you.
I want them to blow the whistle. I want to blow the whistle on every one of them.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
then
you
line
look
them
clean
up.
out Washington. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
these people were friends with everybody in Washington on both sides of the aisle, and don't think that many, I sound like police academy, that many of our elected officials on both sides didn't partake in their dirty little secret.
Right. Guarantee they did.
And that's what it was about, was controlling these people to keep them from standing up. Because a lot of these people would probably like to, but they're being blackmailed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They weren't completely evil, just partially.
Yeah. But if they did it, they deserve punished. They deserve punishment. I mean, plain and simple. But I do want to throw this out real quick. I told you it was the last video. It's not. So I'm going to play this real quick. Well, maybe it was because it failed to play. I'm going to try it again.
I saw it.
Yeah. I'm so excited for that. I'm ready for it to roll out. I don't have a lot more. I mean, I could go on and on about it. For sure.
Yeah. It's
but I think we give everybody a lot of information to chew on. Please do your own research. Like I said, I'll put the executive order and the patent in the show notes. So all you gotta do is just go there, and I'll also, if it'll last, I mean, I'm gonna relink it. I'm gonna put it back up on our Facebook group and see if it gets shut down again.
I bet it does.
I bet it does too. I kind of wonder if we got a warning or something, or we're gonna get shadow banned.
Shadow ban, probably. I haven't seen any warnings.
Yeah, I
we
haven't
get
either.
them every once in a while when somebody shows a funny. This is partially wrong. If you keep allowing stuff like this on your, yeah. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, and then eventually they'll do away with our Facebook Live and all that crap. But I'm working on ways around that. So anyway, with that being said, folks, I thank you again for hanging out with us and watching. Always enjoy the chat. And with that being said, I don't really have anything else. Mark, do you?
I really don't. Stay tuned this week for our Wednesday show on the Fringe.
Yep.
We're going to have fun. It's not going to be. There might be some dark parts of it, but mostly it's going to be fun.
We're going exploring. We'll leave it there.
We're going exploring. I need a hat. I need a better hat. I need one of those pith helmets, and the khaki outfit. Yeah.
Right.
I say, old chap, it's time to explore.
Let's see here.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta share this. Here's your whole bunch, Mark.
Oh, I love it. I love it. If anybody wants to buy me a pith helmet, I will wear it on the show. I promise you. Oh, that's very British. I like it. I like it a lot. My boss is going to see this and tell me.
Again, folks, thank you. No, probably. You need to wear it to work. Yeah, our boss is British. So anyway, folks, we appreciate you guys listening. We appreciate your time. I know you guys have so much going on in your lives as well. Chris rolling the eyes. The face slap.
Folks, please extend your sympathy to my wife. She has to live with this, well, whenever I'm home.
Yep. Again, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Thank us for your time. And with that being said, we'll see you next episode.
Good night.